This is Michael Hart of ElimCounselling Services, and today I'll be speaking on the topic 5 signs of toxic anger. We seem to have this misconception that anger is a bad emotion, but anger is neither good nor bad. And today I want to share with you what makes anger toxic. We know that anger is not bad because Jesus, who is said to be without sin in the Bible, had incidents in the Bible where he was depicted as being angry. And so it's not anger itself that is bad, it's how it is expressed. We're also told in the Bible that we should be angry and sin not. So, in other words, the Bible did not say, do not be angry. It says, do not be angry in a way that it becomes sinful. So, here are 5 signs of toxic anger. The first sign of toxic anger is if you have this sense of losing control. When Jesus went into the temple and drove out the money changer who was turning the house of God into this place of sin, it wasn't because he had lost control. Jesus had planned this and he was in total control. And so he was able to do that and do it in a way that he was yet without sin. So if you have this sense of losing control, of being in a rage, it is possible that your anger has become dysfunctional. The second sign of toxic anger is that it deflects from the real issue. So if you have anger that after you have finished expressing your anger, people are stepping back and going, oh, how could he or how could she have done that? And that's a sign that you are now deflecting attention from the real issue. You may have had a justifiable cause to be angry. So let us say that your husband cheated on you and you have real reason, a very valid reason to be angry, but then you go and you torch his car and you burn all his his suits and you turn up at his workplace and you make a scene. Then now everyone is not talking about what your husband has done. They're now going to be talking about how crazy is this woman? Look at what she has done. Look at all the damage she has caused. And so now you might even have to apologize to your husband for all of those things that you have done. And the real issue, which is his affair, has now taken a back seat. So sometimes we have valid reasons to be angry, but how we go about it makes it take a back seat to the real issue, and the real issue goes undealt with. And then the third sign of toxic anger is if your anger is being directed at the wrong target. This is what Freud calls displacement. Displacement is when anger at one person is directed at another person or another group of people. Let me give you an example of what I mean by this. So you're at work and your boss has called you in and he has given you a hard time for you not doing your job, and maybe he's even being unreasonable. Maybe you did a perfect job, but his demands are unreasonable, and you sit there and you are burning inside with anger, but you know that if you get angry at your boss, you're going to be fired. So you sit there and you take it. And then you go in your house and your dog greets you at the door and you kick your dog, and your wife says, how is your day, honey? And you scream at her, my day's fine. Why are you asking me how is my day? And you have this anger that's coming out. It's not really about the dog or what your wife said to you. It's just that this anger that you felt powerless to deal with is now being directed at innocent targets. And so sometimes people even have this anger and this rage of group of people. A lot of racism could be displaced anger. Sometimes it's anger about a person's own self and failings in life, and they take it out on another group or class of people. And so I'd like you to examine whether or not your anger is being directed at the right target. And so people who sometimes get into road rage and drive down people, it's not because that person has cut them off. It's because they have anger from their past that they have not dealt with. And the next sign of toxic anger is that anger that results from physiological factors. I'll tell you what I mean by that. So physiological factors could be you are tired, you have been burning both ends of the candle, trying to complete a task for work, or you're working around the clock to try to pay bills and you're tired and exhausted, and so this makes you more irritable. So the irritability that you're displaying, it's about the physiological factor that you're tired. Anger could also be because you are hungry. There's a saying that I don't know if it's a saying that is common to all people, but where I grew up, people would say a hungry man is an angry man. And so there's some truth to that, because when you're hungry and your blood sugar level is low, you tend to be more easily irritated. And so it's important to question yourself, what's going on inside of me? Am I tired? Am I hungry? Because if these are the kinds of things that is causing it, then it's possible that it's not the situation. And for some women, it could be physiological factors such as the time of the month, changes in hormones could result in you being more easily angered by a situation that you would not be at another time of the month. So in order to know whether or not it's toxic anger, ask yourself questions about what's going on inside your body. And the fifth and final uh, signs of toxic anger is that if you are easily triggered, if you are always getting angry over everyone, over everything, and over and with everyone, it's possible that you have unresolved issues in your life that you need to deal with. And if that is the case, I invite you to go and figure out what that anger is about. Sit with a therapist and begin to explore your childhood. Because until that unresolved anger is dealt with, you're always going to be losing your cool. So there you have it, the 5 signs of toxic anger. If you like this video, remember to subscribe to our channel. We also want to remind you that we are a not-for-profit organization that counts on your support to stay on the air. So if you like what you have heard today, remember to subscribe and remember to donate to our cause. And so you can find out more about us by going to our website, ElimCounselingMinistry.com. Elim is spelled E-L-I-M, counseling with 2 L's, ministry.com. So until next time, may God bless you in all your relationships and keep you sound in mind and pure in heart.